Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to Face Yoga Master. So in today's video, I thought I would share with you a jade roller routine for the neck and the facial area. We're then going to be finishing off with the all-important lymphatic drainage massage release at the end. Now, first things first, as always, you want to start off with clean skin and also a clean jade roller. So if you've previously used it, make sure it's already been rinsed in soapy water and then just rinsed off with some cool water in the end as well. Now, you don't have to, but I am going to use a little bit of facial oil here. This one's a rosehip oil. I personally like to use something which is natural rather than sort of synthetic. But if you have a face cream or some great cream which you like to use, that's fine too. You don't have to use a cream or a serum, but whatever you apply to your face and neck whilst doing the jade rollering is actually going to penetrate into the skin even better and deeper. So I kind of like to do almost like a double bubble in a way. So just first of all, just applying all the way on the face and also the neck area. So what we're going to do first, we're going to use the larger part of the tool here, and we're starting from the collarbone and we're just very gently lifting up in an upwards motion towards the jawline and just working our way slowly along, making sure that the shoulders are nice and straight and slightly back as well. You don't want to be hunched over. And just gently glide all along. Skin on the neck is fairly fine, so you don't want to be too heavy-handed. And then with the smaller parts here, if you can place it under the chin and glide along towards the ears, and then with the larger part behind the ear, I always want to swallow when I'm doing this. Now this is where the lymph nodes are, where the jawline and also the ears are. So we're actually moving toxins and waste as well. So just gliding us along the SEM muscle. So again, on the other side, so we're going to take the smaller part, place it all along from the chin, all along the jawline where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And one last time. And then with the larger part, behind the ear, down the big SEM muscle, side of the neck, down to the collarbone. And this is a light to medium touch. So now where the chin is, we're going to take the larger part again. If you like, you can place your hand as an anchor, just gently glide all along the jawline area. Come slightly more forward so you can see. Heading towards the ears. This will also help smooth out any of those fine lines and wrinkles. And then slowly working the lower part of the face further up. And then we're going to use the smaller part now so we can get to where between the nose and the lips are. Smoothing out any of those fine lines and wrinkles above the lips. And then from where the nose is, either side where the nostril is, from the nostril under the cheekbone towards the ear. So you're almost sculpting the cheek in a way. Again, removing toxins and waste within the lymph. And the lymph is very close to the surface of the skin, so being nice and light and gentle, moving everything along. This will also help with glowing skin as well. And then let's start on the other side. So with the hand as an anchor, placing the larger part from the chin along the jawline towards the ears. Now, if you don't have one of these tools, I will leave a link in the description box down below if you're interested. And then slowly work along the lower part of the face, slightly further up. And then again with the smaller parts here, just gliding along above the lips, those lines above those lip lines, potential smoke lines. And then from the side of the nostril under the cheekbone towards the ears, sculpting the cheekbone. And one last time. So now you can use either the smaller part or the longer parts here by the cheekbone. I think we use the larger part just for the top of the cheekbone here first. Again, just gliding along, nice and light, towards almost in a slightly upwards motion. And then when it comes to the eye area, which is very fine and delicate, I'm using the smaller one. So you just get in slightly further and just very light, feather light touch, glide along where the bone is. You don't need to go too far up towards the temples here. This will also help if you have any eye bags or puffiness by the eyes here. And again on the other side, the larger parts, on the larger part of your cheek here, on that bone. Again, pressing very lightly. And then using the smaller part because we just want to place it under the eyes where the bone is, towards the temples. At this point, if you do feel like you've got a bit of puffiness, and you could also place your jade roller into your fridge if you want it slightly cooler, or if you want to actually place it in some cold water, running water, dry it off, if you want to sort of help reduce any inflammation and puffiness under the eyes. And then again, I'm taking the small parts here and I'm just gliding across. This is very light actually. If you go too heavy, you'll end up with some red marks and indentations, which you don't really want on your forehead. And of course, there's not that much fat padding here, so just nice and light. And then with the larger parts here, from the middle, again, if you have sort of slightly older skin or more wrinkly skin, just glide along and use your other hand as an anchor up to the hairline, towards the temples again. Nice and slow and mindful. And if you like, you can also take a couple of deep belly breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth to really help with blood flow and circulation to the head and the neck area. Again, gliding along, heading in an upwards motion. Let's just work a little bit by the side of those eyes, those smile lines and crow's feet if you like. So if you like, you can take, I like to use the smaller part, just glide again and pinpoint that extra little space. So if you do have a place on your face where you feel like it needs a bit of extra work, you can just use the jade roller and decide which, depending on where it is on the face, if you want the larger or the smaller part. But I quite like to use the smaller parts here for these crow's feet and smile lines. Again, just lifting upwards. And then on the other side, it's almost like meditation. It's quite relaxing in a way. And then let's just work a little bit along here, those nasal labial folds area. And then we're going to finish off with all important lymphatic drainage release. So I am going to use the smaller parts here. So if you have a potential smile line or nasal labial fold, again, you just want to work in an upwards motion from the jawline towards the nostrils where they tend to begin. And then again, as we've done previously, from the nostril under the cheekbone towards the ears. And then on the other side, placing the smaller parts, lifting in an upwards motion. And then from the nostril under the cheekbone again, towards the ears. So now we've moved everything kind of upwards and outwards. We're now going to take the longer parts here, the larger part. I'm just going now and just gliding along from the top of the hairline here all the way down to the bottom of the ears. Nice light touch. And at the back of the ears, again, we have plenty of lymph nodes here. And then on the other side, again, from the hairline all along and then the back of the ear. And then what I like to do is I also like to take the longer part here, which they never tend to show you from plenty of other videos I have looked at, is the back of the head. So again, literally from the middle of the head, between the head and the neck, glide along. Again, we have lymph nodes in this area, so you want to move everything along here. And on the other side, again, longer parts just coming along the head area here. And then from the ear all the way down with this big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. So releasing a nice lymphatic drainage release. And you may want to swallow, and you may feel your voice may go like me, as you can feel things literally moving along. But you do want to release it so it doesn't stay stagnant. And then on the other side, from the back of the ear here now, all along that big SCM muscle, nice slight roll. And then to finish off with, from our chin all the way down where our collarbone is, which is really important to do, which I always finish off with, I like to just place my fingers just where my collarbone is, just above, and maybe the thumbs under, and just give those a few gentle presses. And this will release all the toxins and waste we've used with using our Jade roller tool here into the body, ready for elimination. So we've worked the neck, the head, and now you'll feel your skin will be more glowing and softer, obviously applying product. And you also, once we've done it, you want to make sure that you've also again washed your tool afterwards, so it's all ready for next usage. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing for more content and a thumbs up, and please comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye.